Hey guys, so today I'm here to share with you finally the large flip file tutorial. I have two other flip file tutorials that I'll link in the description box in case you haven't seen them, but this is pretty much the same thing. We're just, doing it a little different because it's going to be larger. So I forgot off the top of my head how much this measures, but I'll go ahead and leave that in the description box as well. Just the measurements for how big this flip file turns out to be. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Now let's go ahead and get started. So for the base of the flip file, the large flip file, you're going to need two pieces of cardstock or patterned paper, and I recommend you doing two patterns or colors of each. So you're going to need in total 6 sheets of 12 by 12 cardstock. It's a lot, but we are making a big flip file. So the first part to your large flip file base will be 10 by 12 inches. So that'll be this piece. And the second is going to be 8 by 10. You're going to need 2 sheets of cardstock or pattern paper, like I said, because that's going to make the base for our large flip file. So you'll want to do you'll want 2 patterns to be the same. The next cuts are going to be the side pieces, and basically what I mean by the side pieces are the little accordion pieces that hold together the dividers, and those are going to be measured at 6 1/4 by 9, and you'll need 2 of those. And then you're going to need your dividers that are going to be measured at 9 3/4 by 5 1/2, and you will need 4. First off, you're going to go ahead and take the 2 pieces that make your base and kind of decide what it has to look like. So if you have a one-directional pattern like I do with these skeletons, you're going to want to kind of see how you want the front to look. Now on the front, what I did, and I'll go ahead and show you guys an example, but I want the pattern on the top flap to be going down, and then this is the bottom piece, and I want that pattern to be going upward, like so. So I'll show you guys an example. You just want the front to look nice, and you don't want, the pattern to be upside down or something, so you just kind of have to see what you need to do first off. So see, this has the pattern going the right way. And on the back, it's upside down, but nobody really cares about the back. First, if you have a pattern like the polka dots or something, you won't need to worry about this. This is only if you have like a one-directional pattern. So first off, you're going to take your larger piece and you're going to go ahead and score that at 1 3/8, 1 1/2, and 9 1/2. And you're going to go ahead and fold those creases like so. And the crease that we folded at the 1 3/8, that's going to be our base. See how this has a little base? It's like a thicker, wider base, and then this is going to be the flap that I'm folding. So hopefully this makes sense. But the little flap that you folded at 8 1/2 and 9 1/2, that's that right there. And so hopefully you guys kind of get what I'm saying. And then this is going to be the second bottom piece that we're going to attach at the base to make one large flip file. We're going to attach it at the bottom. So you're going to go ahead and take your 8 by 10 piece, and you're going to go ahead and score that again at 1 3/8. And you're going to crease that, fold it up, and then we're going to adhere those pieces together to go ahead and make one complete large flip file. So now we're going to go ahead and cut this little indentation. You're going to go ahead and cut 1 1/4 on each side, and the middle section is going to be cut at 1 1/2. So I recommend you guys watch this first before doing it along with me, if that makes sense. I don't know, just so you guys can kind of get what I'm saying and how I'm explaining things. Yeah, I would recommend you watch this first before you actually do it with me, if you like to do that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. And then I always get nervous. I don't want to cut too far, so I just end up cutting the rest with scissors. But this is what it should look like. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to round the corners on our top flap. So I'm using my corner chomper. I'm using, I believe, the 1/2 inch side of my corner chomper, and I'm just going to go ahead and chomp those corners on the top flaps so they look like a flip file. So now we're going to take our 1 3/8 sections and we're going to adhere them using the adhesive of your choice. I use my ATG gun. I just love my ATG gun, and that's what I always tend to use. I don't know if I would use wet glue on this, but you're welcome to try. So yeah, you're just going to go ahead and adhere that, and it makes one large flip file. So I hope the base wasn't too confusing for you guys, but from here on out, it's basically the same thing, just different measurements. If you had seen my last, my other 2 flip file tutorials. So yeah, so that's what it should look like. Ta-da! So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make our closure. I want to use this bat punch just because it goes with Halloween, but you can go ahead and use your 1-inch circle punch if you'd like. And so you're just going to want to go ahead and center that in the middle. I use some washi tape to hold it down. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my Crop-A-Dile and punch a hole in the center and add an eyelet just to make it look, you know, clean and everything. So I'm doing that. And yeah, basically it's just the same as the other flip files. But I'm only going over this in case you guys haven't seen the other flip file videos that I did. So I think this bat is so cute. You can kind of pop up his wings. It's so cute. So now you're going to go ahead again and take your Crop-A-Dile, have the lever all the way down. That's how I do it. And then you're going to center that in the middle and punch a hole on both ends on the bottom of the flip file. And then I'm just going to add some eyelets like I did before. And yeah. So I hope you guys, I don't know, sometimes I'm not always the best at explaining things. That's why I'm kind of like always nervous to put out a tutorial, because I just don't know if anyone's gonna really get what I'm saying. But you guys seem to like the last 2 flip file tutorials, so I'm really glad. Anyways, so yeah, so now we're going to go ahead and adhere, what am I saying, adhere? We're going to go ahead and string our elastic through the eyelets. Someone had asked where I get my elastic. I get my elastic from Hobby Lobby. This elastic was gifted to me by my friend Neen. Hi, Neen. And it's kind of like the, you know, thin string elastic. So because the bat closure, the bat punch, is kind of, you know, fragile. I don't know, the wings. I don't want to like ruin it with the big, thick, you know, elastic, the fold over elastic. So I just wanted to use this string kind of elastic. So I didn't really measure the elastic this time, but this is me just eyeing it to see how much I'm going to need. And then I just tie it off like so. And then I trim the ends. You're going to need, if you use this thin elastic, you're probably going to need to tie it like 4 times. Like knot it 4 times. That's what I did. So now you're going to take your 2 side pieces and you're going to score them every 3/4 of an inch. So that's going to be 3/4, 1 1/2, 2 1/2, 3, 3 3/4, 4 1/2, 5 1/4, 6, 6 3/4, 7 1/2, and 8 1/4. So you're going to do that to both side pieces, and then you're going to go ahead and fold them. So after scoring both pieces, you're going to want to go ahead and do the mountain valley fold. And the first fold I do is outward. So the trick or treat pattern is going to be on the outside of my flip file. So I'm going to want to go ahead and have my first fold going outward towards the part that you're going to see. I don't know why I do it that way. That's just how I do it. When I had got a plastic flip file and I was kind of checking it out to see how I could create one on my own, I was just, you know, I had one and I was kind of studying it and looking at it, and that's just how it looked like on the plastic flip file. So that's just why I do it that way. I don't know what it would look like if you did it the other way, going inward on the first fold, but yeah. So you're going to go ahead and do that to both pieces, both side pieces, and then after that we're going to be adhering our dividers. So Don't fold it like crazy because then you'll make the paper crack like I did. So you're going to go ahead and grab one of your first dividers. So basically, yeah, you're going to go ahead and take your divider piece and adhere it not to this section or this section, this second piece. And you're going to butt it up right up against the crease, at the same time lining it up at the bottom like so. And you're going to do that with the other 3 pieces. So you're going to adhere it here, here, and here. So that's what I'm going to do now. Again, using my ATG gun. And basically, you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. And yeah, lining it up with the crease, right up against the crease, and at the same time lining it up at the bottom, like so. And you're going to go ahead and do that with all the pieces. And so this is what it should look like. And you're going to go ahead and do that to the same piece on the opposite side. So skipping these 2 little folds, and then on the second piece, you're going to be adhering it and so forth. It's basically just the same thing like I said. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. So after you go ahead and do those steps, this is what you're going to end up with. And after that, we are going to go ahead and finally adhere our dividers into our actual file folio base. So you're going to take your base, you're going to put some adhesive on the back tabs, on these 2 back tabs right here. You're going to put some adhesive, and then we're going to adhere it into the flip file base. So when you adhere it into the base, you're going to line up everything just like how you've been. You're going to line up this bottom piece that I'm going to show you right now. You're going to line that up against the crease. So you're going to line this up, this very edge, up against this crease. And at the same time, you're going to line up the edges like so. And you're going to go ahead and do that to both sides. So we're almost done, you guys. So now all we have to do is add some adhesive to these front 2 flaps, and then you're going to do basically what you did to the back side. You're going to line up the bottom edge with the crease, and at the same time lining up the edge of the little tab with the front piece. So hopefully that just made sense what I said, but if not, you guys can actually see what I'm doing. So yeah, I really like how this turned out. I think it's so cute and so fun, and I wanted to go ahead and use my Halloween papers, so I can't wait to play around in this. It's just, I already decorated one, and I'll probably do a video on it so you guys can see what it ends up looking like. You can go ahead and create, if you have your envelope punch board, you can create large envelopes for this. You can add bigger goodies, and it's fun because I feel like if the person wants, they can actually use this for like a memory file. You guys remember that Heidi Swapp had the memory files, and maybe you could actually make this into like your own little mini once you know your snail mail, pen pal, whatever is done using it, or you know, if they want to go ahead and reuse it, they can you know, put like little mini album pages inside of it and make it kind of like a memory book, kind of like, you know, a little mini album. So yeah, that's how it came out. I love it, you guys. It's so cute, and you know, you can go ahead and trim the elastic if it's too long, but just remember it is an expandable like file, you know, so it's going to expand once you put more goodies and stuff in it. So that's pretty much it, you guys. I hope you liked the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon.